Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. I have been to the movies several times since we last spoke, and also I had my Mike Gunn comedy course yesterday. So movies, I went to see The Long Walk today, which was by Stephen King. And that was the second Stephen King movie I've seen. I saw Life of Chuck. That was very good. I don't know whether I talked about that actually on my podcast, but it was very good. As was this. You know, he can write a horror, can't he? Not that Life of Chuck was particularly a horror, but this one very definitely was. And I highly recommend it. It's just got such a twist in it of, how do I put this? It's very well observed, humanity, it's very well observed, and there's a bit of a twist in that respect. And I don't want to say too much because you may want to go and see it. Although I am probably going to give you a spoiler for the next movie that I went to see, which was Spinal Tap 2. Obviously, if you don't want any spoilers, you should switch off now. I hope you don't. Hang on, let me just check that you're over. We're over the minute, so it's still going to register if you do. But no, Spinal Tap 2 was brilliant. For those of you that haven't seen the first one, it's a cult movie and it's just turned 40. And it was a mockumentary following a British rock band around. And I say British, they were British in the movie, but I don't think any of the actors are. I think they're all American, but I may have got that wrong. This now is, they decide to have one comeback show, and they are all aging rockers. But the spoiler that I'm going to give you is it had Paul McCartney and Elton John in it. It was fabulous. And although, well, those of you that have seen the original movie know that they have a bit of problem keeping drummers. They went through about 12 drummers, I think, they say. And so they had to find a new drummer for this, which they did. And you are sat there on the edge of your seat waiting to see what's going to happen to this drummer all the way through. And then at the end, and this is a bit of a spoiler, so, you know, at the end they have Stonehenge, but this time they have the full-size Stonehenge. Because in the first movie, they got the measurements wrong and it was about 2 foot by 1 foot. Well, this time it's a full size one. Of course, it comes down on the stage, but it's not quite seated properly and it starts rocking. And you think, oh my God, it's going to fall on the drummer. And it doesn't, it falls forward on Elton John. So that's really funny. And Elton John ends up in hospital and he's covered in plaster and it's all rhinestoned. It's just so funny. So I enjoyed that movie very much. In fact, as I say, I enjoyed both of those movies. They were both really good. I mean, Stephen King, what's not to love if you're a bit of a horror buff? Other than that, it was my Mike Gunn course, and I didn't do my homework. What is wrong with me? I have a week. I do this every time I do a course. I rock it. I haven't done my homework. I mean, it used to be because I used to go out drinking, so I'd always have a hangover. But I don't drink now, so I've got no excuse not to do my homework. But still, I don't. I wrote a little bit on the bus. But I did try out that joke that I mentioned. It's not quite a joke yet. I did try that out and I think it got a bit of a snigger. I don't know, probably because it's not quite a fully formed joke yet. So I need to still work on that. But otherwise, not much more to report. Much love and gratitude.